Hey folks, so the developer Q&A livestream was today, and boy oh boy did we get to see some really cool stuff. We got teasers of upcoming monsters, lore, base force shields, turrets, balance changes, and much more. Unfortunately the quality isn't great because I derped a bit on my end, but it's definitely still watchable. I'll be putting up a discussion video of my thoughts about the changes in the future comment probably tomorrow or the day after, but for now, here's the stream. Enjoy.
I'm all up in the Discord. If you're there, you've probably spoken to me. I also manage our Twitter and our Facebook, and I'm here to kind of listen to what you guys are saying about the game and relay all that information to our developers here at Blue Isle Studios. So we're all really, really excited about Citadel here, and really excited to show you as much of the game as we can, and to really get you guys into the game and have you play the game and share your feedback with us. So to answer some of your questions and to kind of give you a further look at what you can expect in some of the higher levels in Citadel, I brought in James and I brought in Sawyer. If you guys want to introduce yourselves.
Sure. My name is James. I'm a 3D artist and I do some level design stuff at Blue Isle Studios.
And I'm Sawyer and I do game design for Blue Isle Studios.
Great. Thank you, everybody, saying I'm adorable in chat. That's kind of weird, but also greatly appreciated.
He is pretty adorable.
I'm a cutie pie. What can I say? So I've got us started here. We got a guy at level 60 here, so we have access to everything in the game. I figured a good place to start would be to show off some of our higher level building options, since I don't think anybody really got there during our last beta session. So, as you can see, riding, we've already got that set up. Unfortunately, we didn't have that for the last beta, but that was just a small glitch.
Orcs and like hostile creatures around.
Yeah.
Like this bear who immediately started.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll pacify him.
Let's get him on our side because he's gonna be a problem if we don't kill him. So I think we should just build like a cool tower.
Sure.
Find an epic spot to do it. Like, I don't know, maybe on top of a mountain.
Sure, that sounds good.
In fact, you know what? We should ride this bear.
Okay.
Because riding horses is cool, riding bears is cooler, right?
Infinitely cooler.
I think we can all agree. I think that's like
yeah.
a universal maxim, that riding on bears is cooler than riding on horses, right?
Anyone who says otherwise is lying to themselves.
Really, they are lying to themselves.
Okay, so I've pacified the bear, so now he is docile and he belongs to me because I've given him a name.
Yeah.
In order to ride him, we have to put a saddle on him. In the interest of time, instead of harvesting the materials and crafting a saddle, we've just given ourselves some saddles. So what we do is we go into our inventory and put a saddle on the bear.
Sawyer, quick question. Can't remember off the top of my head, what level do you unlock the saddle at?
I believe that one comes at level 15?
I think that's correct, yes.
15, okay, yeah. So, I think a lot of people got to level 15, so unfortunately they get a chance to try this, but yeah, it's you craft it, you drop it in their storage, and there you see it, it's on there.
So first thing I'm going to do, actually, we already pacified and tamed this horse. I'm going to tell him to follow me passively. So when I'm on the bear riding around, I also have the horse as well.
You don't want an aggressive horse.
You don't want a horse that's trying to fight horse.
Yeah.
Not gonna do so well in that encounter, I think. Sweet, and there you go, we're riding a bear. So now let's ride our bear to our next destination, which is the coolest possible spot we can find for a castle.
Okay.
What are you thinking? We have a little something built up there already.
Going on up there, so maybe we'll find somewhere new.
Yeah.
Adjacent to the rock.
Yeah, there's like some cool rock formations up here.
Yeah, I love the tundra, how you have all those like jutting out rocks. Yeah. It makes for some cool spots that I think people are going to take it. Oh,
that's a dragon.
That's a dragon.
Okay.
Maybe don't go that way.
Maybe we won't build our house near the dragon.
So one of the questions a lot of people have been asking is, we put this out as patch notes today, but if you didn't see that, what's going to be different for the next beta, which we'll be doing next weekend? We've been listening to a lot of what everybody's been saying. What have we done about NPCs, first of all, Sawyer?
Well, we took a lot of work on the NPCs. We brought in their aggro ranges so they won't be chasing you from such far distances away. You have to get a little bit closer to get them to attack you or attack them yourself. as well as just bringing in their range of attack. So how far they'll chase you before deciding you're not worth it and changing back the other way. And solved a few other problems like cheesing in the water and all those kind of things by just enhancing their intelligence as to how long they stay aggroed and how far they'll take you, because that was a bit of a problem during the beta test. But
I believe it was Ace Helix. He was one of the people that was streaming last weekend. I think he had like 15 orcs chasing him at one point. It was kind of awesome in a way, but probably not super fun. So I think that was probably a good choice to rein that in a bit. What did we just see there with that dragon?
Yeah, as I was trying to scout a location, a dragon came down and just incinerated an orc. So
Not a fan of
looks
orcs
like you
either.
got a
Apparently
bear
not.
fight going on over
yeah,
there.
Yeah.
a lot of NPC
There's just like
interactions going on right
There's
now.
a mob going on here.
Mhm.
Yeah, we have different layers of interaction for the different NPCs, right?
Yeah, so some behave as prey, some are hunters, and some are just straight up aggressive. They don't care what you are. They're gonna light you on fire, aka the dragons. Whereas like they do have some hunger, so the NPCs do tend to fight and hunt each other throughout the world as you go. So sometimes you might I saw a few testers come across just dead deer
Yeah.
bodies, and that's a good indicator there's something hostile around.
Yeah, I love just like wandering around and all of a sudden seeing like a forest guardian pummeling like a horse. And it's just like, not your lucky day, Mr. Moss. So yeah, going back to patch notes, we fixed those NPC things, made it a little less, made them a little less aggressive, a little less abusable, right?
Mhm.
A little less easy to cheese. Especially
Very
with
much
water.
so,
No
yeah.
more water casting is something that we added. And then I think we also buffed a lot of our spells too, right?
We did. We took a good pass at our spell balances and our damages and cooldowns and costs. Just watching a lot of players spamming spells or having infinite mana coming through the lakes. So just a lot of rebalance on NPC health and the damages the players can do to try to make everything feel a little bit more snappy and not so spammy. You don't have to throw 1,000 arcane missiles or fireballs anymore to try to make a kill.
Yeah. It's awesome how like we just put the game out there and we're already getting all this awesome feedback from you.
That was my favorite part of watching on Saturday. It was just seeing how people are playing the game organically and where it can be improved and what they did enjoy. Some of it was just overwhelmingly positive, and some things didn't need to be touched too much. It resonated well, whereas some things were quite appealing.
Yeah.
I can see right away.
Yeah. I don't know what you got yourself into here. I talked to him for like 2 minutes and you're being attacked by like 5 bears.
I started to build I thought I found a great location to build my structure. I was like, oh, okay, I'll start with like a nice bridge or something. And then I turned around and there's actually like 3 bears and 5 orcs.
So I think this build may not have exactly what we were just talking about. So welcome to water cheesing time. But those fixes will be in for next weekend. I'm just gonna pop over here. I got a nice little list of some of the questions that came up in the Discord, came up on the Steam discussions page, and I just want to run through some of them here. So let's see, what do we have? One of them was AI behavior. We kind of covered that already. A lot of people asking about server sizes. So I've been trying to answer that where I can. I just want to make sure we stress this up front so people know. Our max at launch is going to be 40, but it's going to be a very big priority for us to drive that up as we go. Yeah. Because, you know, this is a very social game. We want you to be able to play with as many people as you can, so we're going to make that a priority to raise those numbers as we go.
Yeah.
I think it's wise for us to set it a little lower and then scale up.
Yeah, it's always nicer for everybody's experience coming in to have a smoothly running, optimized environment, and then as we get the data and we get people's feedback and all that, we can start to really improve the system and give players more capabilities for the whole world itself.
Yeah, for sure. Something else people were asking about is there going to be endgame content? You know, I get to level 60. What am I going to be doing after that? What's going to keep me around? So I know earlier we were talking about bosses, right? That's going to be something that's going to be coming up.
Yeah, for sure. We're batting around that we need to add them in just for some endgame content for those max tier players to kind of have a place and go and group up with all their friends and take on some of our biggest, baddest monsters that we have in the game.
Yeah, and that's kind of ties into another question people have been asking. You know, like, is PvE going to be fun, right? Like, so many of these games, they're developed around PvP, and then if you play on PvP, it's kind of, or PvE, it's kind of boring. We want to make sure that's not the case for our game, too, right?
Definitely, for sure. We're trying to make sure that there's a nice balance for anybody to enjoy the kind of experience they would like to have.
Yeah.
And that goes along with our server improvements, making role-playing servers, making PvE. So PvE versus PvP, trying to make sure there's options for everybody to kind of get the experience they want and be a part of the community they want, since that's the whole heart of the game is the player community and the world community and how they come together and experience it.
For sure, yeah. And I know the RP communities for some of these games are just absolutely huge, and we know about you, and we're definitely going to be trying to cater to you guys as well, for sure.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. So let's see what else we have here. Will there be support for mods? I think no. I know no, that's not going to be the case for launch, but probably very shortly after that, we're going to be working on getting mod support into the game, because we know people love creating mods for these kinds of games and like kind of shaping it into exactly the experience that you want to have with this game. But we are going to allow private servers, people to create their own private servers, and there's a lot of flexibility in the options in terms of the different settings you can set up for your server there. Do you know off the top of your head what kind of settings we have?
I believe we are having XP modifiers, damage modifiers. I believe there's time dilation. I think we're gonna add telekinesis to that. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
we'll
right.
keep that on the tentative note, but
Yeah.
it's more world options, more building options. So you see James here is just placing structures. We're probably going to be opening that kind of functionality up to the players so they can really customize how difficult they want the experience to be.
Yeah, for sure. So just going back to James here, what are you doing?
Okay, so I decided to start making a castle,
Yeah.
or at least some sort of fort.
Mm-hmm.
I've essentially just been placing some walls and some floors and railings and some nice stairs up there. I was thinking about making some sort of tower, and then I could connect it over to that island.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, so I'm hoping to do that. And also hoping to show off some of the functional or magic structures that we have, such as turrets and defense towers that will protect my base against the massive roaming hordes of orcs that we saw previously.
Oh, okay. We are just receiving word that our game is way too loud. So hold on, we can just fix that. That's lame.
How's that?
Sorry if we were blowing your eardrums out there as he's slapping down
Apologies.
pieces to his structure. Hopefully that's better. People will let us know if that's not the case. Sorry about that. So this is the Ornate structure pack that we're working with right now, right? Which is our high-level structure pack.
Yes, this is the highest currently in the game, although we are absolutely intending to add more very soon.
Mm-hmm.
So you start off with what is wood structures, which is something like this, a typical wood wall. It's pretty cheap, it's pretty weak, but it's really good for staying alive in the harsh environment.
Mm-hmm.
And after wood, you proceed to stone, and stone is very similar. Same sort of thing, made out of stone. Also pretty cheap, but much stronger than wood.
Yeah.
And eventually you work up to Ornate, and Ornate is very strong, very expensive, looks a little bit nicer than the other two. Yeah, this is what a high-level base would look like around launch.
Yeah, it's a good look too. It just looks like so, I don't know.
Much
You
more
know
gothic
someone
and-
important lives there when you
Yeah.
walk by an ornate base, like compared
Lots of-
to a wood one.
Lots of gold flourishes and dark marbles and
Yeah.
just really gothic looking castellation along the tops and they look pretty ominous.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. I'm so looking forward to this game being out and just seeing some of the structures people put together. Already I was watching some people build and they were already getting into it. and that was before they'd reached levels where they could like mass harvest things and build with these ornate pieces, and already some impressive stuff coming out of the game. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what people put together with the game's engine and the buildings.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see, what else we got here question-wise? So how many servers do you plan to have, and how will they be broken down? PvP versus PvE versus RP. So basically, we don't have a specific number yet that we're going to launch with, but we are going to launch with plenty of servers. We are also able to launch servers like really quickly, like in a matter of minutes. So on launch day, we'll be monitoring the situation very closely. If we need to throw servers up, we will be there to do it. There's going to be enough servers for everybody, and we're also going to have those official PvP servers, PvE servers, and RP servers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll be able to adjust those based on whatever the game community needs. If you're saying, hey, we need more RP servers, we need more PvP servers or PvE servers, we can adjust that and add those, no problem.
Yeah, for sure. So
I'm going to fly across.
we just for
Transparency's sake,
here,
cheats are involved.
we are cheating like crazy right now.
Yeah, like this is a very expensive structure set. You
Yeah.
see I've been like very quickly placing things down. Normally this would take a lot of time to harvest. So for the sake of the stream length, we've been cheating. I'm relatively very powerful. I just turn on a flight cheat so I can get across this water real quick because I have to
There's a
figure out
dragon on that island.
how I'm going to build stairs up to the other side of that bridge. Oh, but great, there's a dragon here and a giant eagle off in the distance.
That's great. Yeah.
Okay.
Those giant eagles are kind of scary too because they'll just chuck tornadoes at you. All right.
In fact, it already killed this deer,
Sweet, making your
Okay.
life a little easier.
which I will loot.
Oh wait, that deer has a saddle.
Deer has a saddle on it.
What?
This is
That's
someone-
awesome.
Formally mounted.
Yeah,
deer.
so a player-owned deer has been killed
So
recently.
some other developer's deer just got murdered. That's great. I'm glad you were all here to see that because that's weird and I love it. Yeah, so it looks like we're gonna build over here and build some magic structures to keep things going here.
Sure.
Let's see some questions here from the chat. If you've got questions up in the chat, feel free to drop them there. I'm gonna be looking in there too to answer some questions. Actually, I think I'll take this moment to announce a few things.
Excellent idea.
We are able now to announce the price. So we're excited to say that we will be launching at $24.99. That's our price point. Again, Wednesday, July 26th. So yeah, $24.99 early access price point. Really excited to announce that. So I think it's a pretty reasonable price, and we're happy
I
with
think
that.
so too. For the amount of game that there is in here and the amount of options you can have and playing with all your friends, I think that's quite reasonable for sure.
For sure. Another thing I'd love to announce. So initially, our plan was to again have our second beta be a little smaller scale. Similar to the last time, a little bit bigger. We were gonna go a little broader, let a few more people in. We're throwing that out the window. All right, it's gonna be a public beta test. Okay, so what that means is if you've signed up on our site using our form, you're probably gonna get a key. Like we're gonna try our best to get absolutely everybody who wants to play in for next weekend. Which is going to be huge, like really exciting, because we just want people to be playing the game at this point. We want to see what you guys do with it and what you think. Just that small limited feedback we got last weekend was so valuable that we just want to open the floodgates and get everybody in as soon as possible.
Yeah, that's what I'm really excited for. Is just seeing what everybody does with this game and then the ideas they can come up with and just how they come together. It'll be amazing to see.
Yeah, for sure. So it looks like you got dragon problems.
Yeah, I really wanted to tame him, but he's a very high-level dragon.
Yeah.
So it's for the interest of time, it's going to take way too long to tame him.
Yeah.
So I'm going to kill him.
You know,
and
that's something else
take
we
his stuff.
should talk about for changes for next weekend. We've also made some minor taming changes, I believe I've heard. What did we change there?
We definitely adjusted the time it takes to tame a creature is now significantly longer. If they're a higher level, it'll take a while longer. And as well, we've created a level cap to it, so you can only tame creatures that are up to 10 levels above you or below. So from level, say you're level 20, it can be from level 1 to 30 you can tame those creatures. And that's kind of to prevent lots of grieving that can go on, you know, a level 4 player or something grabbing level 60 monster and hanging around where they shouldn't with it.
Yeah.
And as well, the default taming time is an hour, so it's a pretty decent time if you claim an undead soldier or something like that. You have an hour of him to help protect you. Oh, it looks like James is getting attacked by an eagle.
Yep.
James is having no love whatsoever here.
Oh, 2 eagles. Oh, but there's his tower. Shooting the arcane missiles at him.
A couple of people, I guess they haven't seen anything of the game yet, wanted to see how long it takes to harvest things from the world, so maybe we can show some harvest spell stuff later.
Sure, yeah.
It's pretty quick, honestly.
Yeah, it's been fairly made usable so that it's just a simple, you have your walk up to the tree and you start harvesting and you're pulling it in. It's definitely faster and has more resources than it did previously. So yeah, it's pretty. You get a decent amount of resources from it.
I love our harvesting mechanic. I think it's really good because it doesn't make it too grindy to get resources.
Yeah.
You know? Which makes sense. You're a cool wizard guy, right? You shouldn't be like
not gonna be chopping down a tree as a
chopping
wizard.
down trees. No tree punching. No tree punching. Not for a wizard. Come on. Come on. Unless it's like magic punches, I'm not buying it. Let's see, what else do we got here in the chat? So people are asking when they will get those keys that I mentioned. We're still going to keep going with the same process that we have. We're going to be sending them out in waves over the course of the week leading up to our beta test on Saturday. Sorry, I almost said Friday. Saturday is our beta test. So just watch your inbox. I'll be posting about it on Twitter as I have been. And yeah, we'll try to get everybody in, as many people as possible. Everywhere. So let's see. People are saying giveaways. I'm not going to be doing a giveaway here on Twitch now. That was the original plan. But you're going to get in. Like, everybody's going to get in, so don't worry about it. Just watch your box, you'll get in. Actually, a lot of people are asking, where did we come from? That's a question we've been getting a lot. Is what is this game? Where did it come from? You came out of nowhere with a game coming 2 weeks later. How have we never heard of you? Blue Isle Studios didn't come out of nowhere. Like, Blue Isle Studios has been around for a long time, since 2010, I think.
Yeah, for about 7 years now. Yeah.
For 7 years now, yeah. Our last games were we made Slender the Arrival, which a lot of people loved. It was a great horror game.
Yeah.
From there to Valley, which was a complete departure from the previous game.
Night and day. Completely night and day.
And you were here for Valley, right?
Yeah, I was. This is actually where I got my start in the industry, was on Valley.
Oh yeah.
Doing the testing for that and going through. So I was the QA guy for for Valley, and that was fun.
What's the experience like between developing like a contained single-player experience like Valley and jumping over to something massive like this game?
There's a lot more variables in something like this. There's a lot more mechanics to consider, a lot more overlapping mechanics to consider. Whereas Valley was a linear gameplay. You're going through the world, you're fighting the same enemies. Whereas this, because it's sandbox, the player can take the direction any way they want. They can play it many, many different ways, and that's one of the challenging parts is designing the experience around the many ways that players could use the system, use the sandbox.
But that's the beauty of having things like early access now, is it's like we have our fans helping us like get that balance right, you know?
Yeah.
We make changes, we send it out, and immediately like that people are coming at us telling us exactly what they like and don't like, and that's awesome. We love that.
Yeah.
Like, this is so exciting for us, for I'm sure like everybody on the team, design especially, just being able to like get that feedback and make sure we're delivering like a really nicely balanced experience.
Yeah, and so far all that feedback has been great, and I'm hoping it keeps coming and players feel that they can be as open with us as possible, just telling us what they dream this could be or what is in that's wrong. I'm really looking forward to hearing all of that from everybody.
Whoa, you just...
Oh yeah, don't want to just skim past it. There's a giant demon.
You are stumbling
Just hanging
across every major threat in the game.
Very aggressive playthrough.
You're trying to craft your humble little bridge.
Yeah, all I wanted to do was show off some magic structures. I had 2 giant eagles following me. They might still be following me.
Yeah.
They know where I live. There's a giant demon over here in the forest, just relaxing.
Eagles have good eyes, man. They'll be on you.
Eagles
Yeah,
do have
they
good
do.
eyes,
That's a
yeah.
great point.
Yeah. A lot of people asking about story and lore, actually, which is awesome because we really want to get people trying to create theories about the universe and what they think about our story here, because we do have ideas for that kind of thing, but like we don't want to be too giving, you know?
Yeah, we don't want to be too upfront and make it so it's a sandbox that you're playing within a closed story. We want that to kind of be the mystery and have players go through the world and figure that out, get tidbits of it, because it is sprinkled throughout item descriptions, throughout cave names and things like that. There are associations, there are descriptions and backstories to some of these things, and it's awesome for players to be able to kind of bridge the connections and figure out the mystery that and lore that surrounds the whole world of Ignis.
Yeah,
You can see in like weapons, they often refer to characters in the lore or locations in the lore.
Yeah.
We just updated the map. Oh, it is in here. Awesome. We made it for this build. We had a lot of location names that are also referenced a lot throughout. So a lot of the elements in the story come through across in the gameplay right now. And we'll be trickling it through more and more. But there's a lot available that we've created, but we're just, we're gonna wait and hold off on releasing all of it.
Yeah, for sure. That's something I'm also really excited seeing about, is just like people putting together theories about, what does it mean to be forged with fire? Where do these characters come from? How did we get to this world? I love that kind of thing, and I'm really excited people put their theories together on that kind of thing. Yeah, I love when a game isn't too forthcoming with its story.
Yeah, too overbearing, too controlling. This
Yeah.
is very much just about freedom and about players making their own stories within this world, and then our world story is just to kind of serve as a nice flavor, context, and a nice mystery for you to enjoy finding and playing through.
Yeah. So we've got some magic structures happening here. Those are our attack towers right there, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So those are fireball towers.
Yeah, so these are one of our higher level defense towers, and you saw it earlier, there was a more purple one. It was shooting arcane missiles at the giant eagles as they tried to kill me. These ones will shoot fireballs. They're a little bit stronger, and they're powered through this mana generator, which you add runes to, and it creates mana energy and keeps these things powered. The idea is, if you're not at your base, you can have these turrets here to protect them, and you can, stockpile rune. It'll create mana, so if someone comes up to your castle or your house, it can be defended. Along the same lines, we have shield towers, and what these do is these broadcast a shield up into the air.
Whoa.
Yeah, and it will surround, your house. This is a smaller one, and this shield stops projectiles. It doesn't stop players or NPCs from passing through, but it stops someone from, say, casting telekinesis on your house from afar, or calling down a meteor, or shooting fire, just chipping away from a long range, shooting fireballs. So this is to kind of counteract that. And the larger one has a very large radius for things like, if you have a whole town or a huge fortress.
That's a huge radius.
Yeah,
That's
that's
awesome.
that's a
Big shield, big shield.
Yeah, and that's, I think, the type of thing people really want to see, because a lot of questions like, what's stopping me from like just walking up to someone's empty house and just like punching the wall until it falls down? It takes me like an hour to do it. I'll do it as long as I can break in and steal their stuff. Yeah, we have tons of little magic structures here to support that, to stop people from doing that. I mean,
along the same lines is this thing. It's called a Reformation Stone.
Right. Yeah.
And what it does is when your pieces get damaged in any way, it will send out a little beam that will heal it, and it goes around to each piece in order and heals them all. I believe you can have multiple of them that will heal multiple. Yeah. So there's a lot of options available, and we'll be adding more hopefully to make sure that your structures are safe when you're not on, or to, you know, if you are on and you need additional defense, or if there's a huge gang of people attacking you, you have different options available to defend your house.
Yeah. I think we want the like raiding aspect of the structure building to be more like, okay, you can't just go in alone and like take over a castle. Like you've got to assemble a party. It's got to be like an organized effort to make these things happen. It's an event, right? It's like a player-driven event, rather than just like one guy punching a wall until it finally crumbles and he can walk in and open your chest. And that's not fun for anybody. Not for the guy punching the wall, and not for you losing all your stuff. So yeah, we definitely have a lot of counterbalances to all that stuff. We're definitely going to be watching the balance of that as we go as well. If we find this stuff's maybe too strong or not strong enough, you know, we'll be there. We'll be listening for sure.
Yeah.
And so just to, I don't know if you mentioned it or not, but the mana generators there, they will provide the energy to these things. You have to top them up with rune crystal, which you can harvest from the world.
Yeah, I'll go harvest in just a second. And to play off of that, we also have what are called mana nodes. So if you don't want generators all over your castle, or you want to, you know, keep them in one spot because they're pretty valuable and you want to protect them, you can have these mana nodes, which are cheaper, and they will extend the generator's radius. So you can put nodes anywhere that you have a piece, and it will continue the line. So you can have a defense turret way at the other end of your castle being powered by a mana generator that's like deep within the heart of it.
I like the idea of just having like a giant generator room and just like wiring it all up to like all your, you know, weak points and having them defended.
I'll show off harvest because I think that was a request.
Yeah, I'm gonna check back in on chat here, see what else they're saying.
Or extract, rather.
Extract was definitely something. Console info, people are asking. We have no dates for that yet, but it is planned. We're working on that eventually. But for now, we just want to make sure our early access launch here on Steam goes as smoothly as possible, and that we're getting as much information as we can to like really make things hum along nicely. So we want to refine this experience first before we go broader with it. Yeah, so we're just going to show off the extract here now. I think he just did, actually.
Yeah, I just took away a tree. We'll do it on a rock as well. It's very similar. Oh, I have a wolf coming in.
People were... So first of all, also, like, that lore stuff is already taking over. Just something, I forget which item, mentions Tazrook's Labyrinth.
Oh, yeah.
So people are really going crazy trying to figure out what that is, and I'm not telling you a thing.
No,
Like,
you gotta explore and you gotta find those kind of locations because they're all over and they are available for everybody to jump in and find.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things hidden in caves. There's a lot of like, you know, battlefields, and there's a lot of character within the landscape there for people to find.
For sure. And we're gonna be like adding even more character as we go. You know, like we're gonna add things to the world to flesh it out even more as we go. Let's see what else we have here. There was something else I wanted to answer.
You can see as I'm extracting, I'm collecting stone. I think this has been sped down a little bit. So already some balance changes have gone in, of course. And every once in a while, you see, you know, collected one stone, but it'll also collect like an iron ore or a gold ore or a precious stone. So you get different resources from these large things that you can extract from.
Yeah.
Which really helps out with crafting. So you don't have to, you know, when you're extracting a tree, you're also getting other herbs and leaves and things like that, which can also be used for crafting.
Yeah. Some questions about our plans to support this game after our EA launch. We're going to be all over this game after it comes out. We're going to be updating really rapidly, like within a week. We're going to have some new stuff for you guys to play with in the game. We really, really want to be listening to you guys. We want to be transparent about what we're working on, and yeah, we really want to deliver the experience you guys want. So we're going to be updating this game constantly. Like, there's going to be a lot of stuff coming out. I'm not going to be shutting up about this game at all for the rest of my life. I feel like there's just going to be too much stuff to talk about after what this game comes out and we start updating, which is great. Like, we want you guys to always feel like, you know, oh, I've been away from the game for like 3 weeks or something like that. I'm going to jump back in, and there's tons of stuff for you to try, new stuff for you to try.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to be really great, and yes, we're going to be supporting this game very heavily. I can promise you that. That's for sure. Let's see.
Ask chat for a name for the deer.
A name for the
Can you do
deer.
that? Can chat give us a name for
Okay,
the
yeah.
deer?
Chat, what are we naming this deer? This beautiful deer that we just tamed.
I'm out of names. I named the last one Deer, and that's no name. And Bear before that, and that's no name. So I could really use something.
Oh, people are saying we're getting some lag on the stream. We're going to try and improve that for our next streams. Unfortunately, we were having some network issues here in the office today. I hope it's watchable. It sounds like it is. But we're definitely going to improve that.
Wore off, yeah.
Oh, did it wear off?
Yeah, first stream technical difficulties. Yeah, hopefully we'll get much smoother in the future.
I like Deary McDeerface.
Nice. That's
Let's
awesome.
go for Deary McDeerface.
Okay.
That's a keeper right
I
there.
really want to get it before the giant demon sees me and kills me and my deer.
Crocodile asks, would playable skeletons be a possibility? Playing as a skeleton mage would be awesome. I think that's something we're thinking about is like races maybe down the line. Like this is not something we've started working on, but it's something we've been hearing a lot from people that they want to see like races.
Yeah, it's a real cool idea. Really cool idea.
It's a really cool idea, and it's for sure something we'll be talking about as we go.
Because right now we currently do have like different skin tones and hair colors and nail colors and eye colors and all those kind of things. But as far as physical presence and what species you are is up for debate a little bit.
Yeah.
But definitely an interesting note.
Now, skeleton enemies is a different story.
Yes.
That's already in the works. I'll just say it. We're going to show you some concept art and a little bit of some of the things that we have coming very soon. And skeletons are coming.
Yeah, a lot of real cool creatures coming up.
Like, what fantasy game would be complete without just, like, crazy skeleton monsters that come in to kill you?
We already have zombies. We gotta
Yeah.
throw them skeletons
Yeah.
in,
We got to flesh out our undead. Let's see. UI to mount. Any keybind. It's E.
Yeah, so I'll dismount. I hold E and I dismount. I press E. It says E interact tame creature. Press E. This little menu pops up with a list of commands. So storage. You can actually use mounts as essentially a storage chest as well. So you can put things in there and they'll carry it for you. That's also how you put the saddle on. Below it is the option to mount, so you can just click to mount. A lot of other options, you can release it or give it various commands that it will do.
You can also show
Go
them
back and
the
mount.
tamed menu, where you can kind of see all of the creatures you've collected.
Right.
Oh, sure, yes.
That's right. Yeah.
That's
We
here.
also have this menu here.
Yeah.
So you can see...
Deer McDeerface, an old one, a dragon from before.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I know that dragon. This is
There
my
you go.
character, and I used him to take a screenshot. I don't know where he is
Oh,
now.
okay, yeah.
So actually,
You can actually show him on
let's,
map.
let's show. Yeah. So
How do I
if you
show him on map?
check
Yeah,
that
there's
box
that little
under
check box at
the
the bottom.
time bar.
Here?
Yeah.
Cool, okay. I've actually never done that before.
If you open the map, there.
So
that
he's just
Oh,
flying.
okay.
He's
He's just
He's just
above the
flying
waters,
around.
flying over water.
he's
Yeah.
just hanging out over there.
That's cool. Okay, sweet.
he's just hanging out.
Yeah, so yeah, if you lose your mount, that's another thing. Like you can mark them on the map, and
Right.
you can see them all listed. I think what's our max number of tames? Is there one?
4.
Currently, it's 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've gated it at 4 just because it could be abusable if you have an army of all the undeads in the whole tundra area, and then you take them down to the forest with level 2s and 3 players in there. It can get a little bit crazy. So gating that at 4 just for user experience and for the challenge of it. You get a higher level creature, you got to get rid of a lower level one or
Absolutely.
something.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I think it's smart to have that. Dennis looks like a skinnier version of Brandon Urie from Panic at the Disco.
Whoa, that's incredibly
Whoa.
accurate, and I never noticed until
Is
just now.
that
That's-
good or bad?
I'll show you after. That's good.
Okay.
They were really popular in like 2006.
I'll
Yeah.
take it. Yeah, I think
I
I've
remember
heard of
them. I'd say that's a compliment.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I'll take it. Do mounts level up? Do we have that now?
I currently believe they don't.
Yeah, I don't think they level up at the moment. I don't know if we have plans for that. I can't say definitely. I can get back to you in the Discord. I can talk about that later. But I think for now, the mounts stay the level that they are when you tame them. Yeah. Let's see. Can you do a PowerPoint presentation of the flying dragon? Are you?
Slide number 1.
Listen. No. But we should tame a dragon.
Sure.
Yeah. I've seen how to tame a dragon. We can. You didn't have to laugh.
Swelf
At
is
that
not
was terrible.
complying.
That was not worth laughing at.
I laugh because I've thought that to myself taming the dragons.
Yeah. And
You
you're
know.
just glad you weren't the one to say
Yeah.
it. Yeah, let's show off a dragon. We should show some dragon flight off.
Sure. That'd be tricky to
so probably
find
just
one. Want me to
spawn
spawn one?
And
Yeah.
please forgive us for our laggy stream. I'm really sorry that's the case this time. We're gonna do more streams. Like, we want to stream a lot and show off some of the things that are coming and we're working on. So we'll figure that out for next time. Sorry about that, guys. Really sorry that happened.
There we go. Okay. Developer command. We made a dragon.
Dennis, will there be different types of magic, such as necromancy and along those lines? At the moment, no.
At the moment, no.
Dragon
It's
phase.
very much the spells that exist in their current state, but definitely a note worth writing down.
Yeah, I think necromancy is a cool idea for sure. And I mean, these are the kinds of ideas we love hearing. So.
That is a different dragon. That's crazy.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, did you?
So we
What?
see- Oh,
Yeah, my
they're
dragon's fighting him.
Dragon fight.
Dragon fight.
Dragon fight.
Yeah, let's get involved. Why not?
Yeah. Our guy's a real low level because we just, we spawned him. He's not a naturally occurring dragon.
What level did you spawn him at?
Just one, so I could tame him real quick, so we could show it off.
Yeah.
I hope
kill
he's
this guy. I don't
alive
like him.
still.
I don't like him.
I don't like him either.
Will there be guild bonuses, i.e., housing or buffs? Fleshing out the house system is something we want to do for sure.
Definitely. That's a big priority for us is making that more impactful and more meaningful. We do have things like a buff stone, the stone enhancer we're calling it, that does go within your home and it does buff you for defense.
Yeah.
So we have functional structures that do cover kind of what they're asking about, and there is also benefits to housing up and creating groups, creating community roles and job roles and all that. On that note, James is now riding a dragon.
James is now riding a dragon, and it's pretty sweet.
Just like that.
It's pretty sweet, and you can actually launch attacks with your tames.
Yeah,
Some of
you
the
can,
mountable guys.
Oh,
So he's got the bite there, and then I think
he's not doing his flamethrower. He was doing it when he was in the air defending me earlier.
we're having trouble getting that.
Yeah, he's not seeming to want to do it right now.
Oh yeah, you know what? It might be because he's just a level 1 dragon.
Yeah.
So as soon as we
Yeah.
tamed him, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, your junk dragon can't do much.
Yeah. This used car dragon.
Yeah, right. Jalopy dragon.
Yeah.
Should have named him Jalopy.
Yeah.
What did you name him?
Dragon face.
Oh, great.
We got a theme going. I'd like
That's
to keep
great.
it.
Let's stay with the face. Let's see what else we got here. Okay. Are you guys doing a lot of survival aspects? If you mean by survival aspects like hunger and thirst and all that, we're not really getting into that kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not really going to be the wheelhouse of this experience. We don't want players to worry about having to eat apples while they're busy being an epic wizard fighting demons. It just seems contextually
Right.
inappropriate.
Yeah.
But we do have certain aspects, such as just being a lone person in this open world, needing to band together for survival from all the creatures and all the potential hazards that could exist within the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. But as far as, like we were saying, like hunger and all that, no. That's not really what we wanted for this game here.
Mhm.
It's it's the same reason you're not punching trees. We just want you to feel like a cool
exactly.
wizard, right?
Yeah.
Let's see what else. Okay, yeah, that's actually a great question from Not Patatat. In your last beta, there was a bias towards the third-person camera, how you could shoot behind you while running away. How do you plan to change the tweak so that first person is just as viable and you're not inhibited by staying in first? So I spoke to one of our programmers about that actually after the beta. We're probably going to do something to represent it a little better. You actually don't have an advantage in third person running away from someone and throwing... It looks like you're running away, but you are actually moving slower.
Yeah.
In third person, if you're walking towards the camera, it has the same slowdown effect as the first person. So as you can see right there, like you are a little slower. And it's the same as first person. It's just not represented well, and that's something maybe we'll take a look at in the future. But as far as that being an unfair advantage, that's not the case. Don't worry about that, as it is right now. You are able to see a wider radius, obviously, in third person, but that's just the nature of third person, I guess. Oh, is that the Firestorm spell?
Yeah, so it's just, it's I'm using a melee weapon right now. I switched from my staff, and the interesting part about the melee weapon is that it has an area of effect spells that happen or that are emitted from the player, so such as Firestorm. So you get right in someone's face, like an orc or something, and then you cast this spell. And so while you're right next to him, hitting him with your scythe in this case, I'd also be doing damage with Firestorm.
Yeah.
And they're all chargeable. All those
Yes.
spells are chargeable. So like the longer you hold down that charge, the wider your AoE circle gets, and the more damage it will do.
Yes, for sure. Hold on a second here. I just lost the chat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, what's like a good one to show off? Maybe we need like I'm gonna go back to the staff.
Yeah, I like the staff myself.
Here we go. Can players be knocked off mounts
like
and
lightning
take fall damage? No, not at. Oh wait, no. Is that? Can players be knocked off mounts?
No, your mount can be killed.
Right,
and
that's
you
what
hit
happened,
the ground. Yeah, so like we've had it happen in house where you're riding along and someone hits your wolf with an arcane missile and your wolf just drops.
Yeah.
But it's you can't get knocked off as like just falling off a horse kind of thing. You are mounted and you are part of that creature.
Yeah. Okay, let's see.
Someone's house.
Yeah, I just broke into someone's house with lightning storm. I just broke down the walls. I'm a very high level wizard, for the record. So don't worry about lightning storm destroying a brand new person's house. It's a high level spell, and I have incredibly high level stats right now. So
We have cheat stats here right
Yeah.
now. These are not average stats.
oh, it is fun to look at things explode when you do that.
It is really fun to watch things explode. Another thing I forgot to mention, another interesting tidbit. Coming out of the second beta, your character will persist into the live version of the game. So if you want to jump in on the beta on the weekend, like I said, we're going to try to get everybody in if we can. I think we can. I'm talking about tens of thousands of keys here. That's pretty good. If you get into the game, you build something cool, you're happy with your character, that will persist. We're just gonna let people keep their characters because that's fun, right? You want to keep your character if you make a cool one.
Yeah, I think that's really awesome. The progress that you make this weekend on the beta will carry over, and that's a really awesome thing we're doing.
For
I'm
sure.
really happy about that.
Oh, I think this is Darren's house.
This is a cool house. This is awesome.
Well, it's abandoned.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah.
It's an abandoned house.
That means I can claim it.
No throne.
He doesn't have stairs up. That's his defense, is not stairs.
Pinocchio asks, can you ask about that armpit animation thing of yours? I don't know how to ask. I don't know what that means.
It's a very ambiguous statement.
Are our armpit animations lacking?
I guess I don't know exactly what it refers to.
We'll put armpit animations on our EA roadmap, I guess. Yeah, clarify that and I'll be happy to answer it. That's funny.
Oh, server's gone down.
Oh, that's a cool character. That's a cool monster idea, Zelix. Like I said.
Restart.
Oh, what happened here?
Just a little drop.
Oh, you know what? Let's wrap up the game. For
Yeah,
a
it's
second.
almost
We'll
alright.
just show
Yeah,
off
okay.
some of the concept art. I think we've been playing
Sure.
it's almost an hour now. Fiery phoenixes, cool idea for a creature in the future.
Was that?
Someone in the chat's just like, you should get some phoenixes in the game.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, that's an awesome
yeah.
idea, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you want to go back
Write
to
that down right now.
OBS,
Sure.
click concept art.
Okay.
So skeletons.
It's the skeletons that we were talking about previously.
Yeah, we're working on getting some skeleton warriors in the game. Why don't you tell us about them?
Yeah, okay, so there will be at least two variations right now that we know of. A skeleton with armor and a skeleton without armor. And they'll be similar to the undead and the orcs in the way that they attack you, I would imagine.
Mm-hmm.
They'll probably have some sort of weapon, like a shield or a sword or both. Maybe unsure about spells and how they'll interact with you, but definitely a very aggressive, probably a mid-level or high-level enemy.
Yeah, definitely a mid-tier enemy. He's similar along the lines of the undead, just a little bit hanging on their own area. So the undead and these guys aren't directly intertwined. They'll be separated and made a little bit to have some flavor between one another.
Yeah, if you want necromancy in the game, I mean, you can just tame these guys and there you go.
Yeah.
Army of the undead.
Yeah.
Let's check out the next one
Nice,
there.
the next one is really cool.
That's
this
awesome.
is a new dragon. So currently we have 2 dragons in. This will be the 3rd. And this one internally is called the Massive Dragon. Because when you see him in
Apt.
game, he's very gigantic. He's like a huge dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, so really excited for him. He has a really awesome, cool face when you look up close at it.
He's just got this like
it's terrifying.
savage
Yeah.
demonic. That's awesome. I feel like he's gonna be really intimidating when people just stumble upon him.
Yeah.
Or have one sitting on top of their house.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, just guarding.
Just log in one day. Oh no, what happened?
You'd have to build a pretty big barn for this guy.
Yeah, for sure. And I think we got one more to show off.
One more,
here.
and this one's called the Abomination. So he's
that's
kind
cool.
of a conglomerate of different body parts, if you will.
Oh, he's so cool.
He's got like a 3rd arm.
He's got teeth everywhere. I
yeah,
love
got
that.
teeth everywhere. Really cool.
He just looks
Yeah.
so haphazardly stitched together. It's awesome. Tongue coming out of his stomach.
Right?
That's disgusting. What's wrong with you? I love it. Great.
Yeah, so like another high level guy too. So we have a lot more late game content coming soon as well.
Yep, it's gonna be great, guys, and we're really gonna be pushing update content for this game. Like, we're gonna hit the ground running here. So stay tuned. We're gonna do more streams in the future, so watch out for that. I will be updating you guys about that key situation. Like I said earlier, if you're just tuning in now, we're calling this a public beta now. This is no longer a closed beta. We have tens of thousands of keys, and we're just going to make it rain. We're going to send it to as many, probably everyone who signed up for that form on our website. It's going to be great.
We're forging some new keys.
Yes, we're forging. Yeah, for sure. All right, guys. On that note, I suppose we'll wrap it up. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We really appreciate it. We really appreciate all the support, and we're really looking forward to giving you new stuff to look forward to. So thanks a lot for tuning in, guys.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Have